Welcome to the Den of Doom. Today we're going to do an endurance set and it's an hour and 5 minutes in total. I think to begin with we have 18 minutes. They wouldn't notice, Emma. It's an online meeting. Oh, you've got to be crafty with your training. So what we're doing today is we're going to do 18 minutes, then 13 minutes, then 7 minutes. We're going to get incrementally more difficult. The first 18 minutes is an RPE of about 5, hopefully. The second 13 minutes is at an RPE of 6 to 7. So we're really roughly in that sweet spot area. And then the 7 minutes is above threshold. So it is endurance, but we are going to take it up there a little bit harder. Okay. Right, I'm just going to sort my watch out. I'll welcome you all again because I'll decide at what point I'm going to actually cut this and start the session. Not quite sure if my YouTube fans, all 468 of you, some of you have subscribed more than once. Do I count you all? Okay. So welcome to the Den of Doom. Here we are today doing an endurance session. It's all about the mental today. We're going to push it through. We're going to get increasingly harder. We've got 18 minutes, 13 minutes and 7 minutes, I believe it is. May not be accurate on my exact time, so don't hold me to it as we progress through the session. Emma has just nicely told me I'm looking awesome. Thank you very much, Emma. I don't always feel it though. Okay, so I've got it on bike. Yeah, 18, 13 and 7. So we're going to try and maintain a cadence. Maintain a cadence of around about the 90. If you're thinking your run cadence is lower than that, then 80 would be fine. But don't go much below 80 because we're starting to put more pressure on the knees. We will do sessions below 80 because they're really good for building that strength that you need. Right, if you're all on board and ready to rock and roll, I'm going to start, press do workout. Remember there's 2 steps, it's do workout and then okay. So I'm going to press do workout in 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to press okay in 3, 2, 1, okay. Now we've begun the warm-up. The warm-up is super easy, a 3 and a 4 on the RPE scale. That's great. Now notice I'm using the RPE scale because not everybody has got power. I do like power, I have to admit, but it was interesting today. I was reading one of Brett Sutton's articles saying how we're getting so obsessed with the latest gadget or the latest fad or the latest whatever it might be in the triathlon world. And I meant to write them down, but time has got away with me. But what was interesting, in the first London Marathon, so 40 years ago, he noticed how many people came in under 220. And it's something like 30, say, for example. Don't quote me on the figures. And so it's about 30 came in under 220. And then he gave another figure of how many came in under another time. Now what he noted was although we've got all these scientific and technological advances, in 2018, less people went under 220 than did 40 years ago. Crazy to think about it. The biggest advancements we've had with regards to endurance sports, in his eyes, was our nutrition and equipment. So, don't feel pressured into getting power, or even heart rate monitors for that matter. RPE, rate of perceived exertion, is the one thing that's never going to change. How hard you work is how hard you work. So you don't need to be sucked in to buying all the latest gadgets. You'll notice that recently I've been talking about nutrition, and I mentioned Nancy Clark, who had been in the nutrition game, well, for at least 20 years, because I bought her book when we were in Australia 97, is it now? So 23 years ago. So yeah, and what she was saying was but they did some tests on the nutrient density of a potato versus a gel, same calories, same energy content, but the athletes that took the potato had less of an inflammatory response in the muscles after training, so there were less markers showing inflammation. So, yeah, we've got all these new things, but are they necessarily better? And in Brett Sutton's eyes, he may have used the word like paralysis by over-analysis, really. Keep things relatively simple. Do you need the latest foot pod? Do you need to know the power for every foot strike? Do you need to know how to go up a hill? There were many years before we ever discovered these things. So, I will look at how fast you're going up that hill. I will look at your heart rate to see how it's comparing to others. Yesterday, for a lot of people, or last week, by the time you've read this, or you've got this, you'll see that I gave you an aerobic fitness test. So what I'm looking at there is we're going to do a few of these over the coming months. I'm looking to see how your heart rate fluctuates for each aerobic effort. If you're fatigued, or if you're running anaerobically, or around threshold, what you have is there'll be a sudden jump in your heart rate. So I allow something 5 to 6 beats is okay. Once it jumps up suddenly, for example, one guy went from 150s, 158 I think, to 166. But the first two were like a beat within each other, first two efforts. You know who you are. And the pace was the same for the first two efforts. Then it was the last effort, a little bit excited, feeling good. So then ran a little bit faster. And the heart rate went up by 6 beats, just for that effort. So what it indicates, again these are all estimations, what it indicates is that between the one pace, where he was steady, and there was no fluctuation, and the next, oof, that sudden jump up, that he was no longer aerobic in the third effort. But as we progress through the training, it's not just in that one session that it gives me all the answers. As we progress through the training, I'll be looking at how that heart rate is responding. That's it. Keep it going nice and easy now. Good. There we are. Alright, so we're still in the warm-up. Nice and easy. 5 or 6, maybe even less. 3 or 4 then, it's going to be 3 or 4. So it's super easy, don't feel like you're doing anything. And you can talk as much as I am. But no, you don't buy into every gimmick or everything that you see. It doesn't always make you better. And what was it he said as well, which I thought was quite comical. He said they're all promising you free speed. And when we see in that comment of free speed, they mean obviously with less training. But free, whatever's giving you free speed is very expensive. So yeah, be warned and be aware. Energy products have their place and they have transformed endurance sport. Less people probably bonking. However, is there more GI distress, or gastric distress going on? So you have to think about that. Too much sugar, your body can't deal with too much of it. But yeah, it's really important that you consider, do you need more statistics? Just listen to your body. How does it feel? Are you getting up every day absolutely exhausted? Or are you getting up looking forward to your training sessions? If you're getting up exhausted and you can't face training, then unfortunately there's something wrong with your program or your diet or the amount of sleep you're getting. I will admittedly say it every morning, particularly as I'm running a bit more, my calves feel tight. They're tighter at the moment because I've changed to some off-road shoes that have a lower drop at the back, and therefore there's more pressure on my calves. So I'm foam rolling those most evenings, just to loosen them off. And as I said with rolling, You roll. When it hurts, you stop rolling and you attempt to relax. Okay? Don't just roll up and down and jump off and think you've done it. It actually takes a concerted effort. Oh, for some reason, my power is switched off. Not quite sure what's happened there, run out of battery perhaps? This is it. This is when you need to make sure you're in touch with your body. Oh, it's come back again. Don't know what happened there. Okay, so if my power has switched off, and for some people, if this happens in a race, the whole race is gone. They don't know what to do. You have to have strategies in place. If you lose touch with your body and how you feel, you're going to panic. It's all going to go horribly wrong. So keeping those legs spinning. I think I'm probably less than a 90 at the moment, so we'll have a little count in about 5 seconds time. So we'll just count one leg. 3, 2, 1, and count. Oh. Okay, I've probably gone over it now. Yes, it has. Apologies. Of course, it decided to tell me that my power wasn't working at that point when we should have come to the end of the count. Ready to count again? And count. $22 for me, so that's an 88. So actually, that's not too bad. I do think while I was chit-chatting, I was probably distracted. And it took it away. Good. Yeah, we can count our cadence. Do we need a cadence monitor? No. We dial in that pace on the turbo. When you go out, you'll be pretty damn close to it. You'll know, your body will feel it. Don't get hung up on it. Okay, we're coming up to 5 minutes left of our warm-up. Should just be, as I said, warming up now. We're not going to do any sprints today. We're just going to build, build, build. That's really good. It's all part of our base building process. But there's only going to be a few over threshold sessions thrown in. And this one does. 7 minutes, go over that threshold. Good, nice and easy. Power's gone again. Not as bad. Very strange. Good, good. Anyway, so how has the intermittent fasting gone? Well, it was going really well. And then yesterday, my darling husband very kindly brought me hot chocolates in bed. What was I to do? Could I say, sorry Tom, you never bring me a hot chocolate, but on this one time you do have, I don't want it. Or should I just drink it? So I forgot the curfew. I forgot those fasting hours, and I had a hot chocolate at about 7 o'clock. And I had breakfast at, I think, 11:15. So it wasn't too bad. I was feeling a bit strange yesterday. A bit headachy, had no marking to do. That could be what gave me the headache, I'm not sure. And of course, when you feel a little bit like that, a little bit, what do? You notice that box of dairy milk on top of the cupboard that you were going to say. Yeah, unfortunately I had little resolve. The top row had already been started. You know what I mean? It's untidy. You know where I'm going. So I managed to eat most of them. I gave Poppy one, just so I wouldn't feel quite as guilty. Yes. And then I get relatively normally. I think then I get until 8 o'clock. Was it 8 o'clock last night? So yesterday was a day off. Today I'm going to endeavour to get back on the wagon and see how it goes. So I haven't had anything this morning apart from water. The session has a little bit over threshold, so I will tap into my muscle glycogen. But at a high intensity, we've got enough muscle glycogen stored anyway, unless of course I did a massive training session last night and then didn't refuel, but I didn't. Tuesdays are my day off, because normally when I'm in college I've got 12-hour days, so it's just impossible to fit anything in. I might try and squeeze a bit of stretching in, which is what I did last night, and my form roll in. Okay, we've got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Yeah, a little blip here and there is fine. Not very good in the winter anyway, so what I'm doing with the intermittent fasting is that attempt to stop the seasonal adjustment disorder. I've been to the doctor in the past with what was diagnosed as TATS. I was like, TATS? What's that? She wrote it down on a piece of paper. Tired all the time syndrome. My own doctor often says to me, well, look at what you do, Claire. You wonder why you're tired? I don't know. I always feel I should be able to do it all the time. Everyone I talk to now blames it on the menopause. But no, this has been coming and going forever. I find winter very hard. The lack of sunlight. Try and get out whenever I can. Oh, we've got 30 seconds and we're going to go up a gear. So that's how we're going to do it. We'll just go up the gears. My power is back on, so I'll keep an eye on that and keep an eye on how I'm feeling. The only thing with RPE versus power is if you are pooped, your RPE won't hit your power targets, if that makes sense. Okay, or your heart rate will be higher at the same power. RPE is almost a self-regulating mechanism though. Ooh, 3, 2, 1, 18 minutes. I've gone up a gear and I'm going to keep pedaling. So RPE, like I said, will self-regulate. My power's definitely not working. So it self-regulates because you will automatically work a little bit easier. In some people's eyes, and sometimes mine to be honest, that will prevent you from getting a hard workout when you perhaps didn't need to take a little rest. Because sometimes that RPE is just down there, not because you're physically tired, but because you're mentally tired. So sometimes it helps to have a little extra boost to keep you on target. Okay, so my extra mental boost there kicked in. Get me up there. Like I say, sometimes that's what it is, but again, you've got theories that say when you need that rest, if you need that rest, you take that rest. I think you can do a couple of sessions. I can say if it's mental fatigue, and you hit those targets because of that little extra effort, you get off the bike, or whatever it was you were doing, and you feel that sense of achievement. Whereas if you just listen to your RPE every session, you'd have got off, you'd have felt like you failed, and then you'd hit a downward spiral. But remember, that's where the coach comes in, to rationalise those feelings of negativity, turn them around, create a positive. Should we have a drink? Keep it going. Triathlon is about mental focus. particularly Ironman. "18 minutes at this effort. Should be about a 6. 5 or a 6. Still easy, still able to talk. Starting to feel it a little bit in the legs. I know I'm working harder than I was a moment ago. The ideal scenario, I'm not doing it because it's just going to give me a headache, is to stay down in the aero position for the set. My phone is too close. So touch it down. I feel I can't look at you, although I should be able to, because clearly when you're in the aero position, you've got to keep your eye on the road. 14 minutes left, I think. I'll come up to have a look. Yeah, 14, 13. Keep his legs spinning. Feel the rhythm. You're going to hold the rhythm throughout. Good. I'm going to come up. There's all the danger. Let's do my eyes in. Old age, guys, doesn't come alone. Try and stay in the zone. Longer sustained effort. Remember, each after this, you almost halve. Come on, guys, well done. Come on, Kate, nice and smooth. Well done. Be in that aero position, brilliant. If not, I'm assuming your eyesight's as bad as mine. Because that's where the screen up there telling you the power would be good. So I could read that. Keep it in the zone. Don't get distracted. I'll do a count shortly. Going in 3, 2, and count. For me, what about you? Let me know what you've done. Climb, I'm in the 96 at the moment. My average running cadence is 180 for both legs, so we're pretty much there. Good. Less than 10 minutes left at this effort. And breathe a little bit. Still able to talk. Still feel pretty comfortable. In the bottom end of the zone. And that's again, helps with the RPE. Do not worry about being at the bottom of the zone. If you can't get to the top, but you're still in the zone, I'm happy. You should be happy too. I'm so happy. Good. 23 minutes into, so I'm a third of the way through the session. Over. Stay in aero if you can. Good, well done. Eight minutes left. Just over. 8 minutes coming up now. There we go, there it is. Keep those legs spinning. Think about how you're pedaling. Think about the shape. Keeping the pressure on the pedals as long as you can. Well done. 7.5 minutes left. Make sure you're replacing the fluid that you're losing. Train it again. You're nice and aerobic at the moment. Next one takes you to the sweet spot. So depending on your levels of fatigue, will depend on how this one feels. Nice and smooth, well done, well done. Looking good, capturing Barry, well done. 5.5 minutes now. And then we go up a gear. Get ready to count and count. $23 for me. And 92. Dropped off a little bit. Keep it going. Stay aero if you can, remember. Nice smooth pedaling. Good. Keep that focused. All about the brain. Taking the time away. Good. I didn't put the fan on to open the door, except the wind's blown the door closed. Well, not before the dogs put their bloody paw prints in here, right? Might film that for you, so you can feel my pain. And Spud seems to have paws the size of a bear, covered in mud. Keep it going. Less than 3 minutes left before we increase the effort. Holding it there. No rest for the wicked. Good, good, good. Less than 2 minutes now. Have a drink. Stuff ready. Good, well done. $110 left. Take the pressure off if you have to. $50 seconds left. Come on, well done. 23 seconds left. Concentrate. Hold on to it. 4, 3, 2, 1. One gear harder. Try and maintain the cadence. 13 minutes to go. So this is where we're going to hit that 7 by the end of this. You'll feel like you're working. But remember, you don't have to be at the top of the zone. Build, build, build throughout the session. Concentrate. Get ready to count and count. "23, 92 again. It's a little bit harder. Keep it going. Come on, well done. You're really good, Katrin. Come on, Penny. Hold on to it. Keep it steady, keep it smooth. Come on, Brenta. Absolutely brilliant, well done. "11 minutes to go." Good. Ten left. Stay in that zone. Keep it smooth. Less talking now, you'll notice. Should still be aerobic. Going close to the threshold. So 6 to 7. Focus on your power if you've got it. Stay in the zone. Get ready to count. 2, 1, and count. 22 for me there. Go a little bit slower. So a little bit harder. See if you can hold on to it. Inhale, open, turn, whatever. Yes, Tom's commenting on me.
Next.
The paw prints.
You don't go upstairs, okay?
Nope. I kept them in the zone. Oh, it's cold now. Never happy. Never happy. Seven and a half left. Brilliant. Well done. Keep it there. Don't let go of it now. Well done. Definitely starting to hit close to that 7. Seven minutes to go as well. Still in the zone. Sustained effort, take that mental focus. You've got it, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Six minutes coming up. Get ready for count. 2, 1. And count. Twenty-two again. It's about the shape, it's about the contact points. It's about your opponents who aren't doing this. Get the edge. Come on. There's no giving up now. Work those glutes. Hamstrings. Quads are going to get wrapped on the run. So let's get those quads, hamstrings and glutes working. Come on, well done. Come on. 4 minutes coming up. So hitting threshold. Should be getting there now. If you're feeling great, let me know. If it's too easy, let me know. Might need to adjust your power settings. Not too easy for me. Wish it was. No, I don't. in the sweet spot now. Building up that capacity, not too much. Wait till the next 7 minutes. 3 minutes of this one left, and 7 to finish. Think about going up the Pacellis, grinding it out. Don't go that lower than 80 if you can help it. Well done, come on. 2 more in this one. Keep that focus. I know there's no rest, but you can do this. Get ready to count again. And count. $22. Oh, we're at 88. Come on. Last minute coming up. Keep that rhythm. Both legs. Come on. We're going to count the other leg now. 2, 1, and count. $22 again. Come on, guys. Oh, this is going to hurt. Quads are hurting me a bit now. It's not looking good for 7, but we can do this. Together we can. Come on. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 7 minutes left. That is it. Come on. We can do it. Stay in the range. Doesn't have to be the top, remember. Eyes closed now. We're above threshold. Got lactic acid building up. We can buffer this. Focus, focus, focus. Four minutes coming up. Come on. Come on, 3 minutes left. Concentrate. Come on. Come on, last 2 minutes coming up. Don't let it drop now. I know my legs want to, but we're not going to. Come on, we're in this together. One and a half minutes coming up. Come on. Come on. 1 minute to go. Come on. Well done. Keep it in that zone. Keep it going. Concentrate. Focus. Last 30. 3 left. 33. Down to 30. Last 20. Coming up. Last 20 now. Last 12. Last 10. Keep control. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Wow, that was hard. done. This one's for you next week, Katrin. You're gonna love it. Promise. Whoa. Whew. Wednesday workouts. We just love them. Well done, everybody. Let yourself recover. There we go. Took me a minute, and then we're back in the zone. You can get recovery in less than a minute. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really good. Well done. Happy now? Proud of you all. Stayed in there. Stuck with me. Not every session should be painful, remember? Just your key ones. And this is your key one for this week. So if you did Mondays, give yourself a few days before you do this one. I'm just trying to get ahead of myself on the video so you get your video sessions on time. Problem that we've got is the internet's so slow. And I can't even pop into college to upload it on their speedy internet. Good, nice easy spinning. I'm going to do a stretch on the bike. What I want to try and get you to start doing is making sure you add just some simple stretches to your program every single session. It's so easy to get home, jump off the bike, get yourself a cup of tea and forget about it. Or a run. I got out of the habit when Tom used to plonk a baby in my arms. Not babies anymore, I know. So, at 12 years of not stretching enough. Now again, I'm going to do them on the bike. If you prefer, jump off the bike, not a problem. I may jump off the bike to turn the fan off, pretty sweaty, and therefore I'll get pretty cold. So we've now been on our bikes for 56 minutes. Oh, I'll take my feet out. Like I say, I always leave my pedals on my bike, except obviously I'm cycling outside. So I don't mislay them. Okay. Fan off. Oh, no, that's not off. There we go. What's right with my hair will get sucked into it. Always think I'm finished. Okay. Up we go. It's important to keep moving after your session in order to keep that venous return going. Okay. I'm going to do my neck to begin with. Feel it getting really tight as I was in there, and if you were in the aero position, as I hope to be, then, oh yes, nice click there, you're going to be stiff across that upper back and shoulders. Okay, now stretch again. So just turn your head, put your arm on it and stretch right down the back of that neck. So get a further stretch, bring your arm around to the front. Take it out to the side and take it out behind you. And I want you to push it down towards the floor. Okay. And the other side. Your arm on that neck and your head. Get that stretch. Bring your arm right out in front. Don't get so much of a stretch on this side. One side is always tighter than the other. Okay, push it behind. Push it down. That's it, away from your head. Reach, reach, reach with that arm. Okay. Now what you do, put both hands behind you and push your shoulder blades together whilst lifting those hands behind you. You'll notice I'm keeping my legs moving to keep the blood flowing back to my heart. Okay, make it across, keep that shoulder down, and the other one. Oh, nice click. Okay, brilliant. Now we're going to do our quad. Nice and quick, it doesn't have to be ages spent doing these. Point your knee down to the floor. Keep that pelvis pushed forward. So you're going to clench your buttocks to push your pelvis forward and get that stretch going right through the hip flexor and into the quad. Now for me, they need a really good stretch. I could feel them working just now. Swap legs. Okie doke. This one's tighter. Push that glute, tension that glute. Keep that knee pointing down. Get that stretch going right through. Obviously, if you're going to do it on the bike, you're doing it at your own risk. If you fall off, not my fault. It was your choice. You could go on the floor if you need to. Okay, now place, if you've got some beautifully placed armrests, okay, now I want you to turn your hips so they're square and lean forwards. I'm pushing my chin out rather than rounding over. So if you push the chin out, you don't have to lean as far forwards, you can feel it. So you're taking the back to an extent out of that stretching equation. So you've really got it in the hamstring. I've got my toe pulled up towards me to make sure that the tension is right throughout the leg. Now hamstrings will probably require a developmental stretch at some point. So that's it. Okay, make sure you've got a good purchase on your pedal. Toes up, turn your hip, push that chin out, lean forwards. As soon as you feel a stretch, that's all you need to be. Not a competition. That's when we're cycling. So to developmental stretches, they need to be 30 seconds plus, really. Okay, bring it down. Foot back on top of the pedal. Going to do the glute. So I'm just going to lean down, pushing that knee out to the side. Gives me a really good stretch. And even by just doing these little stretches, I find that I sleep so much better at night. I'm going to have to show you the state of the floor that these big muddy paw prints have done. Oh, that's why we don't like winter. We don't like rain. Tom wants to have AstroTurf up there. We can't have AstroGrass. Okay, the other leg. Go down towards your toes. Feel that stretch. Push your knee out to the side. Nearly coming to the end of the session. Now what I'd like you to do is you can either put your feet back into your pedals. You can do the calves or you can jump off. Oh. So feet back into shoes for me. Loop-la. It's all good practice. Transitions. Okay, so both standing up on both pedals. Push your heels down, put your weight through them so you can feel the stretch in the calves. That's both. And down to one side, put all your weight on that one pedal. Hold that stretch. Again, calves may need an extra stretch. Mind you, at the moment, as I mentioned before, I've got new shoes with a slightly lower heel, which means more impact on the calves, or more stress on the calves, I should say. Okay, and that is an hour and 3 minutes session done. And this will go for the last 15 seconds. There you go. Nice and easy. Just spinning it out. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So thanks for joining me in the Den of Doom today. Hopefully you enjoyed the session. It was a hard one, but it was a good one. Well done if you managed to go the whole way without having to drop those gears. And I hope to see you again really soon. Take care now. Bye bye.